Hi everyone, today we will be having our first spring review on project ZHEN, our mobile application dedicated to advanced SDG 5, gender equality. This app represents a significant leap forward in empowering women and girls, aligning with SDG targets such as 5.5.2, 5.6, and 5.B. ZHEN is crafted to be a holistic platform addressing various aspects of women's empowerment through its distinct modules like e-learning module, women health space, career portal, entrepreneurship portal to bridge the gender gap in education and employment, as well as support female well-being and entrepreneur ambitions. As a Scrum Master, I'm YEEP. I would like to introduce our design lead, SERENA, developer lead, WENG, ZHEN as our product owner, and Feng, our stakeholder, to provide the insight necessary to keep our project aligned in this spring review. So moving on to the spring review board for the spring one in Jira, we successfully completed critical user story focused on security of the app, aka user authentication, the ability to log in and log out, register and reset password. Each of these tasks has been completed and to be discussed today furthermore. Before starting off spring review, I will hand the session over to the design lead to brief the overall prototype of our project in the spring one, which consists of 3 user stories.
Now I will showcase the UI design of ZHEN for the authentication part. First, this is the sign-in page when entering ZHEN. Users can choose to proceed with signing in to their account or sign up for a new account. For the sign-up page, users are required to fill in username, phone, email, and password to register an account. After signing up, users can log into their account. If users have forgotten their password, they can choose to reset their password. Users just need to key in their email and new password, then the password will be reset. Once the users log into their account, they will be directed to the home page. Now I will pass the session back to the Scrum Master.
All right, thanks for the UI overview with all tasks accomplished as for now. And we now pass the session to our product owner, ZHEN, to lead the first user story in the spring review. Lee, over to you.
All right, so hello everyone. Let's dive into our sprint review. As always, we are here to ensure our progress aligns with the project goals. Let me quickly recap those goals and then we'll delve into each user story. Our project goals are to empower Malaysian women, bridging gender gaps in education and employment. For this sprint, we aim to deliver a prototype featuring the login, register, reset password features. So let's discuss our user story one, the register feature. So here's the acceptance criteria for the register feature. The first one is user registration. So the user clicks register and then it will direct to a register page for unique email and password input. And then for second one is the successful account creation. So the user provides an email and password meeting requirements. The user will complete the registration and the system will successfully create the user account. So that's all from me. I will pass back to the Scrum Master.
All right, thank you, ZHEN, for the insights. I'm pleased with our progress right now. And now turn to our developer lead, WENG. Could you please present your code and walk us through the development work for the first user story to create registration feature, please?
Sure, this is the register page. So, as mentioned, we will enter all our details here. Upon entering our details, clicking the register button, there's a toast stating account created will be popped up and then we'll be directed to the home page. So this is the code base for the register page. The important elements that satisfy our acceptance criteria are as follows. When we run this code, Firebase will be initialized to check if a user is currently logged in. If yes, then it will move to home. If no, then it will load this page. On-click listeners are set onto the login text field, which will direct users to the login page. It is also set onto the register button, in which the function extracts the email and password, then stores it in Firebase with the create user with email and password function. When it is completed, it will create a toast stating account created. After this, user will be directed to the home page, which is the dashboard that is currently just a placeholder as of right now. If any one of the fields are empty, For example, the email field is empty, and enter email tools will pop up.
Hi, Design Lead. I've observed that the account registration page appears somewhat monotonous. Could you elaborate on the reason behind this design choice?
The monotonous design of the account registration page aims to maintain a clean and straightforward interface, enhancing user focus and navigation.
Thanks. I would like to suggest adding icons within the text boxes to enhance the design's visual appeal. Development Lead, is there any implementation of stricter conditions for setting up user passwords?
That is a valid suggestion. I forgot to implement a stricter condition for setting up the password for each user. I will implement this condition check via the next sprint. Thank you for the feedback.
Thanks. To further enhance security, I would like to suggest that we include a requirement for users to include at least one special character in their passwords. Furthermore, I noticed that the main dashboard homepage is blank. How is this going on? I noticed that there is not much going on the dashboard page. Is it how this is supposed to be at this stage?
Unfortunately, yes. It acts as a placeholder for the real dashboard page as of now. We will be implementing the real dashboard page on the next sprint. Thank you for raising this concern.
So to sum up of them, the register feature successfully enables the account creation with email and robust passwords, aligning with our project goals. So with valuable feedback, we'll consider UI enhancement and stricter password condition in the next sprint. So we'll conclude this user story is done. And I will pass this session back to the Scrum Master.
All right, thank you for the insightful discussion for the first user story in this spring review. And let's keep the momentum going. Product owner, Ingzhen, please lead us to the next user story.
All right, so thank you, Scrum Master. So we move on to the next user story 2, the login feature, the login and logout feature. So what are acceptance criteria for the second user story? The first one is user login. So the registered user on login page will enter the valid credentials and the system validates and securely logins. And then what if failed login attempt? So the user attempts login with incorrect credentials, then the system will detect the invalid details and it will pop up authentication field message. And then for the password encryption, you will actually user creates or updates the password and then the system processes the password and then the password undergoes abstracted encryption for secure storage. While for the logout feature, the acceptance criteria is user logout. It will initiate the logout and then the systems securely log out, redirecting to a login page. And for the session termination, the user is trying to log out and then it will access the secure page and then the system denies the access and then will prompt the login. So that's all from me. I'll pass back to the Scrum Master.
All right, thank you, Ingzhen, for those details. Moving on, I would like to direct our attention to our development lead, Carving. Will you be ready to showcase your code for the login and logout features and get us through your development approach for this second user story?
Sure. This is the sign-in page. So following our previous credentials, I will enter my email and the password. And upon clicking the sign in button, a login successful tools will appear and will be directed to the home page. Just like before, when this activity is started, it will check if a user is currently logged in. If yes, then it will move to home, else it will load this activity. When this activity is created, the login page will be laid out. The Register Now button has an on-click listener that whenever it is clicked, it will direct user back to the register page. The Forgot Password also has an on-click listener, where if user clicks it, user will be directed to the Reset Password page. The main point of this activity is the on-click listener set at the Sign In button, where email and password is extracted. They are extracted and used with the Sign In with email and password method, where if it is successful, then a login successful tools will pop up. Following this, the user will be directed to the dashboard. If the login fails, then an authentication failed tools will pop up. The logout is shown on the dashboard, where an on-click listener is set on the logout button as it uses the sign out method to log users out, which will then be directed to the login page.
Design 8. How is the information hierarchy structure on the sign-in page to ensure ease of use and clarity for users?
The information hierarchy on the sign-in page is structured to prioritize essential elements such as the sign-in form prominently placed at the center, followed by supplementary actions like password recovery or account creation, ensuring clear visibility and easy access for users to fulfill their immediate needs upon landing on the page.
Oh, that's fantastic. I appreciate this design that accounts for all supplementary actions seamlessly. Development lead. I would like to suggest an improvement to the user experience on the sign-in page. We enhance the sign-in experience by adding a show password icon within the password field. It will allow users to toggle password visibility for accuracy before submission, improving convenience and user confidence. Thoughts on implementing this feature?
I agree with you. I definitely left out the show password feature. This will definitely improve user experience of this application. Thank you for your advice. I will implement this feature in the next sprint.
So to concluding user story 2, the login and logout features are live. The system accurately validates credentials, ensuring secure login and hash passwords storage. We have received valuable feedback for UI and UX improvements, including the implementation of show password feature in the next sprint. So considering the feedback and successful implementation of the login and logout features, our user story has met our acceptance criteria, and our mark is as done. So we'll have further refinement in the next sprint. So Scrum Master, over to you for guidance on the next steps.
All right, I appreciate the thorough review on the login and logout features. Everything seems good. Let's advance to the next items. So Linzen, our product owner, please take us through the last user story in Spring 1, concerning the password reset functionality.
All right. Thank you, Scrum Master. So next up to the user story 3, reset password feature. So we need to create a reset password feature with the following acceptance criteria. The first one is password reset initiation. So user on reset password page need to initiate the reset, and then the confirmation email will be sent. And then for second, password reset token verification. The user clicks the reset email link and then enters the token, and then the system authenticates, enabling password reset in a seamless pop-up dialog. And then for third one, it's new password validation. So the user resets password, enters new password, and then system will validate for strength and security within a pop-up dialog. So I'll pass back to Scrum Master.
Okay, great insights on that, Linzen. Now I'd like to hand it over to our development lead, Karen Moss again. Please take the stage to demonstrate the coding behind our third user story, which focuses on the password reset functionality. Please.
So in the sign-in page, upon clicking the forgot password text field, it will be directed to the reset password activity. So we will enter our email and we click confirm reset, and the check your email tools will be presented. So I will now go to my email. And this is the email to reset my password. So upon clicking this link, it will have a dialog pop-up box for me to enter my new password. So this is the new password, and I click save. And this is the dialog box for the confirmation of reset of my password. So let's head back to the sign-in page. So in this sign-in page, I will enter my email. And my new password. And clicking the sign in button, we'll be directed to the home page. So in this reset password code base, the reset password button has an on-click listener that extracts the user email input by user. If the email is valid, it will send a password reset email to the email address provided. And once it is successfully sent, a check your email tools will be shown. and user will be directed to the login class. Else, an unable to send failed toast will appear.
Design lead, I've noticed something regarding the color and alignment of the buttons. Could you please explain the rationale behind the chosen button color and alignment?
The chosen colors for the button on the password reset page aim to differentiate their functions. Dark blue signifies affirmative action confirm, while red indicates cancellation. The vertical alignment with the confirm button positioned above the cancel button helps users easily locate and prioritize their choices.
Design lead, I suggest modify the reset password page by aligning the buttons horizontally, left and right for a streamlined layout, rather than the current vertical alignment. Additionally, consider incorporating relevant graphics or images to enhance visual appeal and engagement. Development lead, it's evident that the email validation feature for password reset is currently absent. I think it is very important to have this feature to enhance the security and functionality of the password reset process.
Yes, that is true. I did not do a thorough validation email check with Firebase when users want to reset their password. As of right now, this system accepts any valid email address and will send the reset password email and the procedures to the email input by user. I would implement this feature in the next sprint.
All right, so to concluding the stakeholder feedback, the team will address the design suggestions and implement email validation. With this, we meet the acceptance criteria. So I'll mark it as done. And we'll bring the feedback consideration in the next sprint. I'll pass back to you, Scrum Master.
All right, so thank you for the valuable feedback and updates from everyone. For now, any small ideas or suggestions to enhance and improve the interface experience?
Overall development lead, great work on the overall design and accessibility. Everything is well preserved, just like the prototype. The color scheme, alignment, and visual appeal are exceptionally well maintained, ensuring a satisfying user experience. Just one minor note, it seems that the font style needs an update to match the prototype more closely.
By the way, for UI design, overall I'm quite pleased, but I noticed something. Can you justify the color choice? It seems a bit monotonous. How does this choice align with the user experience and project goals?
Thanks for the feedback. The monotonous color scheme was intentional, prioritizing readability and accessibility. It helps ensure clarity for all users, particularly those with varying visual abilities, enhancing contrast for essential elements like text and buttons.
Ah, that makes more sense now. All right, glad the explanation helped clarify things.
All right, seems that everyone benefited from this sprint review. Design lead, your focus on a user-centered interface is appreciated. We suggested adding icons for visual enhancement. Development lead, your plan to strengthen password security, including special character requirements, is noted. Excited about the upcoming dashboard and the show password feature for convenience. Acknowledging the need for email validation in password reset, we are committed to improving users' experience and security. All right. Is there any feedback and update from anyone to be discussed?
No.
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 All right, I will pass back to the Scrum Master.
Okay, so before we finish up today's first sprint review, does anyone have any last comments or updates on the current sprint or amendment into the next sprint, especially from our stakeholder ZHEN?
No.
Okay, so all right, it seems that everyone has their concern voiced out in this sprint review. Hence, we shall update our to-do list included the aforementioned new suggestions. And our team is very important for making the app HERJENNY better. I think we have covered everything we needed in this first sprint review. We'll look into the technical parts and also the design that Stella mentioned within the next sprint. So I think that's all for this sprint review. Thanks everyone for your hard work and great ideas. Let's keep this momentum as we move into our next sprint. Thank you guys.